Hey everyone, today we're going to be taking a look at the Bellroy Lite Travel Pack, which is a really impressive one-bag travel option. It's available in 30 and 38 liter sizes. The version that I have here is the 38 liter size, and with this, Bellroy continues their streak of just really impressive releases this year. We recently looked at the Venture Travel Pack 26 liter, which I really enjoyed using. Very interesting features on that one. I'll include a link to it in the description below if you want to see the full review. And then I've been hearing a lot about the Lite Travel Pack because it feels like a bag that offers all the things you want out of a travel backpack, but in a very lightweight package, particularly for a 38 liter bag. And so I was really excited to have a chance to get hands-on with it. And in this video, I'm gonna be talking about what it's been like to use it over the past couple of weeks. I'll show you how I've loaded it out, walk through all the features, and I'll also talk about how it compares to some of the other similar bags that are currently on the market. Before jumping into the video, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Danny, and on this channel, we love reviewing popular travel and everyday carry gear. If you like these types of videos and you'd be interested in seeing more, please consider subscribing as it helps the channel out a lot. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump in. Starting off with the overall aesthetic, the design here feels like classic Bellroy, so it's got a pretty minimal and subdued appearance, which I really like. It reminds me of their Venture lineup in that it feels a little more rugged than some of their sleeker, more work-focused bags. It's got some attachment points, some handles, but it doesn't feel overwhelmingly technical or outdoorsy. So it's a versatile appearance that I think is gonna work well for all types of travel. That's one of the things that I look for in a travel bag, is something that's not gonna call a ton of attention. It's not gonna be out of place. And so it'll be great for that. It's gonna be awesome for walking around the city, exploring, or even taking into the outdoors. As far as the materials, the bag feels really solidly built. For the exterior, Bellroy used recycled fabric, so this is going to be a blend of nylon, polyester. It feels like it's going to hold up well to the rigors of travel and offer a nice amount of weather resistance. I like that it's not a super rigid fabric either, so it'll kind of mold and adapt around the items that you're going to pack on the inside. And one of the biggest benefits of these is the weight. So that's a big selling point for the Travel Lite lineup, is the fact that their bags are impressively lightweight for the size and the padding and the features that they have. The 38 liter size that I have here comes in at about 1 kilogram, so just over 2 pounds, which is really impressive and is going to be very helpful if you're wanting something to take internationally on the airlines that have stricter limits with their weight. This is going to be helpful for just reducing how much of the weight goes to the bag itself. Then beyond that, you just have really high quality materials throughout with the handles, the straps that are used here, the attachment points, and you have some really smooth working and reliable YKK zippers all throughout. Continuing along the outside of the bag, I was a little bit sad to see that there's no external water bottle pocket. This does open clamshell style, as we'll see later in the video, but it feels like maybe there was an opportunity to add one here with the space that's provided. Regardless, not a deal breaker for me with the bag. On the other side, you have a really nice carrying handle. I like the space that's been added here. It feels well reinforced. You have a similar handle at the top, so great for picking the bag up, carrying it, by the handle if you don't want to wear it on your back, or for tossing this into an overhead storage compartment. And then along the front, you have a couple of attachment points that will pair well with a carabiner if you want to clip on hand sanitizer or other, kind of items that don't fit onto the inside of the bag. And I like that, you have them throughout. So you can also pair this with some third-party straps if you wanted to use this to maybe attach a jacket or hold a tripod or something like that. And on the front, you also have the Bellroy logo. Pretty subdued, simple. It does, kind of stand out a little bit against the dark color of the bag that I have here, but overall, it doesn't really bother me. I like that, simple. And then the last thing I'll mention while we're talking about the exterior is that the bag can stand up pretty well on its own. Now, this will probably depend on how loaded out the bag is because it doesn't have a ton of structure. So if it's emptier, it'll start to tip. The weight might shift around, but when it's full the way that I currently have it, particularly, this is how it would be while I'm in the airport moving around. I could place this down next to me. It's got a wide, flat bottom, pretty stable, and then I could access the pockets that I need to. As far as the capacity, the bag is offered in a 30 and 38 liter size. The version that I have here is the 38 liter, which is a really great one bag travel size in my opinion. It's a size that's able to hold all the items that I would normally need for a 1 to 2 week trip, and it's still gonna be carry-on compliant for a variety of domestic and international airlines. This is something that probably wouldn't work as a personal item to place under the seat in front of you, but definitely something that would be able to fit into an overhead storage area comfortably, not only because of the size, but also the materials. the flexibility that it provides, and I like the silhouette of the bag a lot. Even when it's a little bit more packed out and it's the 38 liter size, it never feels overwhelmingly large or bulky. So it's something that is not only gonna be great for carrying onto lots of airlines, but also for walking around the city and jumping onto public transit. Moving into the harness system, so far the bag has been really comfortable to wear. This is probably my favorite harness that Bellroy has released thus far. I like the padding that's been included here. It feels really soft and comfortable right out of the box. On the inside, you have this breathable fabric to help prevent moisture from building up. Then the straps have a pretty good width to help prevent the bag from digging into your shoulders when it's a little bit more packed out. You don't have any load lifters included here, which I actually prefer. I know some people might not like that, particularly for the 38 liter size, but keeps things clean, and I haven't noticed any issues with comfort. On the straps, you also have Bellroy Owl here, and then you have some attachment points that pair with an included sternum strap so that you can help distribute the weight. You can actually adjust this as far as the height, or you can change the orientation depending on which side you want to clip this on. And then for the straps, you have strap management included here to prevent things from flopping around. And you also have the ability to stow the straps away. They have a clip here at the bottom that you attach to this loop, or you can detach it and then you can tuck the straps away at the top if you don't want to have them out. And this is one area of the bag where I was a little bit concerned, particularly for the 38 liter size. If I'm using this with a lot of weight for a longer period of time, I'd be a little worried that this loop could potentially tear in some way. It feels well reinforced. This is a high quality material, so I haven't had any issues yet. It's just something that I'm going to be keeping a close eye on. And then as far as the back paneling, this has also felt very comfortable. Same type of padding that we saw on the straps, well distributed all throughout, plenty of breathability. There's not any huge air channels here, so I would have liked to have maybe seen just a little bit more elevation here to provide you with additional airflow, but regardless, the bag has felt comfortable even as I've been wearing it for a longer period of time. Last thing I'll mention while we're on the back panel is that you also have a luggage pass-through that's going to allow you to rest this on a suitcase while traveling to save some weight on your back. Jumping into the organizational options, the bag keeps things pretty simple, but the pockets that it does include are very effective. Starting off at the top, you have an excellent quick access pocket, well protected zipper here. I'm a big fan of these style pockets because of the volume that they provide. They just give you a lot of options with what you can actually store, so it will adapt to a variety of needs. At the moment, with the amount of space that's offered here, you can see it's a pretty tall compartment. I just placed a packable towel in here because I had the space to do so. And then it has the items that I will typically store here while traveling. Sunglasses with their case. I have my AirPods. And then I also have a GoPro in here. And this will be able to handle a variety of pouches as well. I was putting my Evergood Civic Access pouch, half liter. It was able to fit in there. So you can see that it's able to handle bulkier items very, very well because of that flexible structure that it offers. Beyond that, on the inside, you have a little bit of organization. You have a slot for a pen or a stylus, and then a little slip pocket where I currently have a notebook, but you could probably place your phone in here while going through TSA, other smaller items, charging cables, and then you also have a lanyard with a clip that's going to be a great spot for your keys or a multi-tool of some sort. One additional note on this pocket is that you can thread the zipper pull through this loop here and maybe pair it with a lock if you want to give yourself a little bit of theft deterrence. And then below that, you have another zippered quick access pocket. This one has a vertical orientation, so it's going to be nice if you're carrying this by the handle, or if you want to swing the bag around, you can reach into this pocket that has a good amount of volume as well, making it very flexible, easy to use. I just tossed a couple of accessories here. At the moment, I have a packable tote bag from Peak Design, and then I have my USB-C hub that I use to charge all of my devices while I'm traveling, give me some extra ports. And then I was also able to place the Evergood Civic Access pouch 1 liter here, and it fit very comfortably. But with the amount of space that's offered here, definitely a good spot to maybe toss in an extra jacket, toiletries if I want to reach them a little bit more easily while going through TSA. No additional organization here, but really just love the simple layout and the capacity that it offers. On the back of the bag near the strap, you have a zipper that will allow you to access the dedicated laptop compartment. I like that it has a flap that comes over to give you some protection for the zipper, and it's got this locking style YKK that you have to pull up to be able to open. And then this is a pretty large opening, so it'll be easy to get your device in and out, particularly with the 14-inch that I have here. You can see that there is some leftover space at the top, so it should be able to handle a 15 or 16-inch laptop. And this compartment offers a pretty good amount of padding, particularly for the weight of the bag. It's also pulled up off the bottom of the ground, so when you place your bag down, your laptop isn't making contact. And then I like the orientation here. It matches up with the handle and the luggage pass-through, allowing you to get to your device quickly when you need to. And now with the compartment empty, you can get a better look at the inside. No sort of fleece lining, but the material that's used here feels pretty soft, and then it comes up a decent amount, so if you happen to have a thicker device or you want to use a case with your laptop, you should be able to do so. And with the amount of padding that's offered here and the fact that it's pulled up off the bottom of the ground, it really feels like my device is going to be well protected while I'm on the go. And then moving into the main compartment, this does open up flat like a suitcase. You have the dual zipper pulls here, which don't lock in the traditional sense, but you can potentially pair this with a cable lock to give yourself a little bit of theft deterrence. The zipper for this main area does have a nice aqua-guarded protection. And then opening this up, really like the layout here. You have kind of the two sections, and then the large main spacious area here where I have the majority of kind of my clothing and packing items. And so this is the 38-liter size again, so I was able to store a little bit more than I would typically have in my more minimal packing setups. And so at the top here, the first thing that I have is a daily carry solution, which I like to have when I'm traveling with a bag of this size. In this case, I have the Bellroy 6-liter Venture Sling, which I really like using. I did a whole video on this if you want to check it out. Packs down flat. I could also wear this alongside this bag as kind of my personal item solution if I wanted to. I know Bellroy also has some really cool light backpacks that could work as a packable bag. Hoping to check one of those out in the future. And then here I have the Patagonia packing cube that I've been featuring in a couple of different videos, which I have open flat because this would have been just a little bit too bulky for how I was trying to organize my stuff, but great to have the capacity for an extra packing cube. You could also see how that might substitute as an additional pair of shoes or larger jacket. And then you have a zippered mesh divider here to help secure everything in this compartment, keep it in place. I love the amount of space that's offered here. I was able to fit my smaller Peak Design compressible packing cube. I have the larger compressible packing cube. And then I also have a jacket here up near the top. This is a packable rain jacket, but I could also see myself placing an extra pair of flatter shoes. And now with this compartment empty, you can get a better look at the inside. No sort of compression straps or additional organization here, which I think is fine. I normally don't use those things very much, so happy to have a simpler layout and help save on the weight. And then on the other side, you have a really nice pocket layout. I didn't end up using this one because I had that large packing cube, but this could almost function as an additional packing cube. Look at how much volume this has. This is the perfect spot to place additional clothing items, or a pair of shoes or a jacket would have gone just fine in here as well. So really like having this as another option for organizing my stuff. And then above that, you have a more hidden compartment. It doesn't have the mesh, so you can't quite see onto the inside. Like the amount of space that's offered here as well. I was able to easily fit my Air Dop kit into there, but you could see this being great for toiletries, for tech items, for underwear and socks, for separating out dirty laundry. So lots of different use cases for a large, spacious area like this one here. So really like the layout and the amount of space offered in this main area, and just how everything is designed throughout the rest of the bag. It feels really well thought out. It definitely makes me want to try out the 30-liter version in the future. It would be amazing if they also came out with additional sizes. Maybe a 20 or 25-liter version of this would be interesting to see, because I really like the aesthetic, the layout. It's super functional, and if you're looking for a versatile and more lightweight one-bag travel option, this is going to be an excellent option to take a look at. And so to wrap up, it's been a great experience testing out the Bellroy Lite Travel Pack over the past couple of weeks. You can currently purchase this on the company's site. It's going to come in at around $229 for the 38-liter size that I featured in the video. I believe that the 30-liter version is going to be a little bit cheaper. Regardless, the bags are definitely a bit of an investment. You are, however, getting something that's going to be really well built, versatile, and it feels like these are going to compare well against some of the other similar bags that are in this price range. And so as I was testing this out, the first bag this made me think of is the Bellroy Transit Plus, which was another really great one-bag travel option from Bellroy. It's been around for a couple of years now. I've really enjoyed using it. I featured it in a couple of my best travel backpack roundup videos because it's just a really great bag, very sleek style as Bellroy's bags tend to have, comfortable harness system, clamshell style opening. It's got a nice layout as far as the pocketing. It doesn't go overboard. but it gives you a place for everything that you need to access, and it has a really great laptop and tech area. It's one of my favorites as far as just the protection, padding, the fact that it's suspended, and so, it really just offers a lot of versatility as a travel backpack. The Transit line in general has a couple of different sizes that all work well, but the 38 liter size is going to be the most comparable to the one that I have here. That one also had an integrated waist belt, really comfortable harness system, luggage pass-through, so checking off a lot of the same sort of boxes. And if you want something with maybe a little bit more of a rigid structure and you don't mind having some extra weight and you just want something that also is going to have a more kind of refined aesthetic, then that's going to be a great option to take a look at. Another bag this made me think of is the Tortuga 40 liter Travel Backpack Lite, which had a really simple but effective layout. At 40 liters, it's able to hold an impressive amount of stuff, pretty similar to this one here. It's got a very comfortable harness system, a removable waist belt that does offer a lot of support, so it's really comfortable. It's got a dedicated laptop compartment, suspended, padded, and then just a couple of quick access pockets, so it doesn't go overboard as far as the organization, but really nice exterior fabric. It's not quite as lightweight as this one here, but you do get some benefits for that added weight. And so if you're looking for something that's kind of like this one, that's going to be simple and very comfortable to wear, then that's going to be a great option to take a look at. And then the last option that I'll mention here is the ULA Dragonfly, which I'd heard about for many years, finally had a chance to test it out, and I can understand why that's such a popular bag in the minimal travel community. Very lightweight. I really like the simple organizational layout that it has. The 30 liter version that I tested out holds an impressive amount without looking really big. It's actually surprising how much it can hold. I know that ULA also has a 35 or 36 liter version of the bag now if you need a little bit more capacity, but it's got pretty comfortable harness system, a dedicated laptop area, dual external water bottle pockets, which you don't have on this one. It's got the bungee cords on the front, a couple of quick access pockets, a really functional but simple layout. And then it's offered in a couple of different fabrics. I tried out the Ultra version, which was really cool, weather resistant, durable. And so, it's just a really great bag. I believe that they're also made in the USA. So that's gonna add a little bit to the price point, but it's fairly comparable to this. And if you're looking for something durable, lightweight, and you don't mind a little bit more of a, outdoorsy and hiking aesthetic, that's gonna be a great option to keep in mind. With that being said, the Bellroy Lite Travel Pack holds up really well against all those options, and I can definitely understand why people are talking a lot about this bag. It's just really impressive as far as the weight, the aesthetic, the design. I've really enjoyed using it. Definitely one of my favorite new travel backpacks of the year. And if you're looking for your next one bag travel option, whether it's the 30 liter size, the 38 liter size, I think this is gonna be a really interesting option to consider. And I'm definitely curious to hear what you all think of the Lite Travel Backpack and how it compares to some of the other popular one bag travel options that are currently on the market. And if there's any similar bags that you think that I should check out, as always, please let me know in the comments. And I want to thank Bellroy for sending the bag for me to test out, and to you guys for watching and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos, and we'll see you in the next one.